All right, we are live. 6/19 Thursday edition of MLB Props and Picks TV. I'm Adam, joined by Frank, and we both did really well last night. We ended up settling on a parlay involving the Braves. Oh my God, I already have amnesia. It was the Braves. Who else did we have? We had Toronto, and we had who's our third pick?
Phillies?
Phillies. Correct. Yeah, we both hit that. Um, and did very well for ourselves. It looks like somebody in the comments actually hit that as well, so congrats. So we're gonna try and do that again today, and see how that rolls over. A couple of these games did get rained out yesterday. We warned you there was a potential of some rain. Looking at the forecast for today, there's only one game that has a possibility of a rainout, which is a sigh of relief. We don't have to worry about whether or not a game is going to get played, delayed, mess up midway through the game, and potentially screw you over. And that's Pittsburgh, Detroit. Outside of that, we're going to have 14 games of action today. So if you want to play it safe, just don't bet that game, would be my suggestion. But yeah, we have a full 15 game slate here today, and some of these are going to be repeats of yesterday. So if you watched yesterday, a lot of this is going to be some repeats of matchups and things. But we'll get some picks at the end. Prize picks $5 deposit gets you a $50 bonus. Link in the description. Um, yeah, so we'll get started here. We got Minnesota going up against Cincinnati. Chris Paddock versus Nick Martinez. Cincinnati's minus 115 favorite. Over under set at 9.5 runs. This game ended yesterday, right? So this isn't a repeat of pitchers from yesterday, I don't believe. Correct? Frank?
What's up?
I said this game actually completed yesterday, right? These aren't the same pitchers from yesterday because they actually played at this game. Correct?
For the Reds?
The Reds Minnesota
Minnesota.
game. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Who do you have in this game?
Sorry, hold
No, you're
on.
good.
Are we on Cincinnati Reds? Reds versus Twins?
Yep. Reds versus Twins.
Um, I don't really have a pick, but I'm leaning towards the Twins. Leaning towards the Twins because both just mediocre teams, mediocre pitchers. Not too sure. Not too confident.
All right. Yeah. Looking at this game, there is a potential for rain too to interrupt it, but not something that's likely gonna delay anything. May cause a spot pause in the action here. In our thumbnail today, we have Ellie De La Cruz and Kyle Schwarber. The reason we have those is both those guys have fucked me over dearly. Every time I pick Schwarber, he goes 0 for 5 last night. I believe he had the bases loaded as well. Um, yeah, I don't know who to pick here either. It's pretty much a coin flip. So at the end of the day, give me the home team, the team that's been doing slightly better. Twins have been on a little bit of a rut over the past 3 weeks. So give me Cincinnati in this matchup. Any other takes from this game?
Nope. I'm not too sure about this game. So
All right, moving on. We got the Los Angeles Angels going up against the New York Yankees. Tyler Anderson going up against Carlos Rodon. New York Yankees are a minus 282 favorite. Over under at 9.5 runs. Um, so looking at this game here, I do like the Yankees. They are a big favorite. I don't think I would go minus 1.5 runs. Tyler Anderson is a decent pitcher. When we look at his stats up against this Yankees lineup here, um, Paul Goldschmidt's done decent, but nothing spicy. Cody Bellinger and Aaron Judge actually have not done well, or Giancarlo Stanton, who's back in this lineup. So no props stick out to me from a New York side. Carlos Rodon going up against the Angels. We don't have anything here that really stands out too much either. I always like Zach Neto over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I'm not going to bet it today, though. I don't see anything in particular that's screaming getting him involved. But yeah, give me the Yankees. Just Yankees straight up money line, but probably wouldn't bet it at minus 282. What about you?
Um, you could probably go New York minus 1.5, but New York did not score. They lost yesterday, 3-2. So
Yeah,
not too
Yankees have not
confident,
been
but I'm
doing
leaning.
well.
Yeah. So I mean, I would go -1.5 on the Yankees since Anderson is not doing well right now. But other than that, I really don't. I wouldn't like put money on this game.
All right. Moving on, I believe this is a rematch of yesterday. Chase, I don't think this game got played. Chase Stollinger, actually no, I think they ended up playing this game finally. Chase Stollinger going up against Trevor Williams. Washington's a -163 favorite. Over under set at 9.5 runs. Um, and I'm going. Colorado keeps their win total always pops up a little bit more. Um, I I don't think I do think this game was played yesterday. So let me see.
It was.
It was, and
It
Colorado won. All
was.
right.
Yep. Marquez versus Parker.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, give me Washington here, even though man, I remember they were 500 not too long ago. They must be really be sucking it up. They're 30-44. Jesus Christ. Um, but I think you make your argument either way. I think Chase Stollinger is a better pitcher than what he's doing in the major leagues. Who's good in the minors. I think eventually he's gonna settle down. Trevor Williams not doing well, so you might be better going with the over here. But give me Washington. And what about you?
I gotta lean Washington, but Washington hasn't been playing well. Yeah, Rockies have gotten a couple games under their belt now. They've won the last 4 games in a row. So they beat the Braves and Washington. 3 days. This is the fourth day. So I, I gotta go Washington, but it's not. I'm not sure about this game.
Yeah, so far in these first 3 games, there's nothing that I would parlay yet. I do like James Wood over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I don't think he's hit it for me in a long time, but he's done really well against this pitcher. He has faced him before, so give me James Wood over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. And as we go, I'm going to add these in because it makes it harder at the end to remember everybody when you don't drink coffee every day, like I know some of you do. So, all right, moving on. The only game with potential of now, we got Pittsburgh versus Detroit. Andrew Heaney going up against Tariq Skubal. Detroit -343 favorite. Over under at 7 runs. The wind is blowing out 16 miles per hour to the outfield, but Detroit is a big ballpark, so I don't necessarily see that being that big of a factor with two pretty good pitchers here this season. Um, I do like Detroit. I don't think I would go -1.5 here. This would be another one. Honestly, I wouldn't be too concerned about. I would probably take over on Tariq's global fantasy points though for this one. What about you?
You gotta go Tigers. Heaney, I've said a bunch of times already. I don't like him. He was on the Texans, and he was not that good when I bet on him. So you know,
Yeah.
I gotta go Tigers. Tyreek Screwball is one of the best pitchers in the major leagues right now. Andrew Heaney, CRA is above a 4 last year, 3 this year. Probably see some a little regression soon because yeah, just go Tigers.
All right. Next two matchups are both games that were rescheduled for today. Or not rescheduled, but the pitchers are replacing the pitchers that were supposed to start yesterday. So we won't spend too much time on these games as we already broke them down yesterday. But we've got the Cardinals versus the White Sox. Eric Feed versus Sean Burke. Cardinals are a -145 favorite, over under at 9 runs. And I'm gonna stick with what I had yesterday. I'm going Cardinals, and I'm gonna go Billy Donovan over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. He's batting first away, probably gonna get at least 5 at bats in this matchup. Good opportunity to hit that. I also don't mind Ivan Herrera if you're not a big Billy Donovan fan. So yeah. What was your pick in this one?
I think I picked the Cardinals too, because Eric Freddie is facing his previous team right now. This game last year, he was on the White Sox. He had an ERA above 3, just barely. But so probably the Cards. They have a better team. So White Sox just suck.
Fair enough. I will get Billy Donovan in this Prize Picks parlay as we continue to chug along here. Let's get Billy Donovan in there. Man, these are all goblins today. They're not giving us any free money. Moving on, Milwaukee, Chicago. Freddie Peralta going against Jameson Taillon. We got Chicago minus 127 favorite. Over
Who
under
you
8.
got? Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I went
Who
Cardinals.
who's? Oh,
Cardinals.
Brewers versus Cubs.
Oh yeah, we're on Brewers versus Cubs.
Mizorowski versus Taillon from yesterday's. Got rained out apparently, I guess.
Oh, I'm just checking one thing. Oh, we do have some double headers today.
Yeah.
Hold on. I don't think that's one of them though. That's not.
Yeah, we looked at this game yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, well, it looks like they took Mizorowski out and put Freddie Peralta in from what I'm seeing. But let me look.
Oh.
I don't know. From what I'm showing me
happened?
online, Freddie Peralta will be in this game, and not Mizorowski. Mizorowski was in there yesterday. You're right.
I mean, today ESPN is showing Mizorowski.
I'll take a little look here. I'll take a look it up real quick. But I think we both picked Milwaukee yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
Let me see. Mizorowski. I don't even know how to spell that. They don't make it easy. So we're gonna look up Freddie Peralta. The Brewers are sticking with Freddie Peralta today as originally planned, even with the rain out yesterday with Mizorowski's start being canceled. So it is Freddie Peralta today.
Oh,
Does that change anything for you?
let me look at Freddie Peralta's stuff.
And I'll look up his stats against Milwaukee.
He's pretty good.
Kyle Tucker crushes him. So Kyle Tucker could be a piece of the going over in that hits, runs, RBIs. And Jameson Taillon should have a good sample size against this lineup. And Milwaukee has hit him fairly well. So I like Jack Sachurio over hits, runs, RBIs. He's batting 500 against him. I'm not changing my pick. I'm still going Milwaukee. I'd be a little bit, almost even a little bit more confident in, Mizorowski is almost a wild card. I was rolling with him because he's a rookie. He had a good, good minor league, some control problems. Probably wasn't going to pitch deep into this game. And you got Freddie Peralta, who's been around. This is probably what Freddie Peralta's doing is what Mizorowski would be, striving to do. So I'm not changing my pick. I'm going Milwaukee at plus money. And Churio over hits, runs, RBIs. And are you sticking with Milwaukee?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Moving on. Kansas City versus Texas. Michael Walker versus Jacob Latz. Texas minus 124. Over under at 8.5 runs. Jacob Latz, let's take a look at him. Looks like he only pitches 1 to 3 innings per start. I'm not sure if
Jacob Latz?
Yeah, so he's probably...
I'm showing Sean Armstrong.
Yeah, so Sean Armstrong and Jacob Latz are probably splitting this start. From what I'm seeing, because Latz only pitches 1 to 3 innings, so this is probably like a starter, somebody come in for an inning or two, and then the other guy take over. RotoWire always goes with the first guy pitching for the day, so you're probably seeing the second guy going up. But who you got in this matchup? While I grab a tissue because my nose is going crazy.
Probably Kansas City.
You got Kansas City?
Yeah, they won the last 2 games, I think, against Texas.
All right. Give me Rangers here.
I want the Rangers.
I want the Rangers. In this matchup, I'm not the biggest Michael Walker fan. He was terrible in St. Louis.
He has not been doing good this year. Much worse than last year, I think.
Yeah, but still good.
I don't think it's good.
3.1 ERA is pretty good. But
Yeah, but he's been losing all his games. Like how you, that's not good if you're losing all your games. Man.
yeah, Corey Seager hits him very well. He's 7 for 17 with 4.12 ERA. So I don't mind Corey
Yeah.
Seager over hits, runs, and RBIs today, and I'll go ahead and add him in. But I'm gonna take Texas. You gonna stick with Kansas City?
Yep.
All right. Well, we got some discrepancy there. Um, I'm not gonna put Corey Seager because he doesn't have 1.5, so we'll go for somebody else on that to continue that parlay. Moving on, we got what's up?
Other, just seeing how Armstrong has been doing. Yep, I'm gonna go with Kansas City.
All
So
right. All right. Arizona versus Toronto. Ryan Nelson versus Kevin Gossman. We got Toronto minus 142 favorite over under 8.5 runs. Do you have any? Have you had any strong takes looking through this matchup?
uh, let me see here. Toronto.
Toronto, Arizona.
Yeah, probably just the over for me.
Okay.
Ryan Nelson is. I don't think he's been doing it good. Oh no, he won last game, but he's getting a lot of hits.
Yeah,
Same with Gossman.
his June 7th game, he got rocked. 3 innings pitched, 7 earned runs, but all his other games, he hasn't had a start with allowing more than 2 runs since April 18th. So it's been, in the last 2 months, he's only had 2 bad games.
Hmm.
But he hasn't been going that deep into these games either. So, um, Kevin Gossman, a shadow of his former self, but he's also allowed at least 3 earned runs in his last 3 matchups. So, Um, kind of a hard one to pick here. I don't know. We'll get you a 3-run home run parlay for sure here. I don't really know who to pick here, and if I pick them, I'm not putting them in a parlay, and I have no confidence. There's no props that stick out for me here. I don't really like this game. But give me Toronto since they crushed it yesterday. Maybe their bats are picking up. Well, what about you?
Oh, I said the over.
Oh, the over. You like the over of 8.5? Eh. Okay.
It's tough. This game is tough today.
Yeah,
Yesterday was a much better game.
I'm staying away from this game for sure. All right. Well, we've got Cleveland going up against San Francisco yesterday. Gavin Williams against Logan Webb. San Francisco minus 176 favorite. Over under at 7.5 runs. And I think I'm going to take San Francisco today. Although this is crazy. The wind is blowing out 22 miles per hour today. So we could see some home runs hit. Let's see how Gavin Williams has given up a home run. Usually gives up a home run per game. Um, so Willie Adames does have one against him. So the first home run pick of the day might be Willie Adames. He is very inconsistent and he doesn't hit a lot of home runs. He only has 8 on a season, so be cautious with that. There's nobody on the Cleveland side I'd want from a home run perspective. But if somebody hits it pretty well, it's probably going out today. So give me San Francisco today. Give me Willie Adames over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, and if you want to sprinkle him in. Also, Devers, again, we got him here at San Francisco. He has not hit a home run for the team yet. Um, Might be somebody you also consider as a home run pick. I would take Devers over Adames, Snot Rocket. I love the name. Devers over Adames for the home run in this game. Um, Anything else to add from this game?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Giants actually. They added Devers.
Rafael Devers.
Yeah. And also, well, let's see here. Gavin Williams gave up 6 hits last game, 2 earned runs. So I think Giants should be able to score enough to win. What do you think?
Um,
Giants also.
yeah, I'm going Giants all the way.
Okay. Next.
All right, moving on. Michael McGreevy versus Mike Vassell. St. Louis is a minus 164. Over under at eight and a
Oh,
half runs. So this is the second game of a doubleheader. Um,
hate
what's up?
I hate double hitters.
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes the batters are just trying to get out of there, and move on to the next game, and if they're up like 5-0, and it's the seventh inning, they're probably gonna give up some at bats. But I'm gonna take the Yankees, or the sorry, I'm gonna take the Cardinals to win both these doubleheader games. Um, so be careful in these doubleheaders because a lot of the times these lineups, we're gonna have different people in both lineups. So pay attention, and if you're making parlays, make sure you're picking the right game if you have a better take on one or the other. But I'm going to take Cardinals here, and it's really hard to pick a prop because I don't know who's playing in the first game, who's playing in the second game. And I'll refresh it, but I doubt we have anything from this one. We probably have a lineup for the first one. No, we don't even have a lineup for the first one. So, any takes here?
Uh, probably just go to cards. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a good take here on this game. I've never heard of McGreevy. Mike Vessa lost a couple games, last games. Even though I thought he was an okay pitcher, he's lost like the last 4 games he pitched. Should probably just go to Cardinals. Double Cardinals day.
All right, moving on. We've got another doubleheader: Pittsburgh versus Detroit. This one does not have a chance of rain. So I could see an interesting scenario. I'm gonna say that neither one of these games gets rained out, but if this first game gets rained out, are they gonna use these starters? Or are they gonna use these starters? That would be something to pay attention to. Kind of a weird scenario, but if both games play, I think both games will get into. We got Paul Skeens versus against Kiter Montero. Pittsburgh minus 139 favorite. Over under set at 7 runs. And I gotta take Paul Skeens here. I'm gonna pick Paul Skeens in every start this season. Probably most likely. I think Pittsburgh wins here. They are a favorite in this game, which is kind of crazy. Um,
Yeah, because if Paul Skeens a good pitcher, right? The other guys on the other side, Detroit Tigers, is undecided right now. So, do you see a pitcher?
they are saying Kiter Montero,
The heck is that?
3-1 with a 4.24 ERA.
4.21. Oh yeah, probably just go Paul Skeens.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Philly versus Miami, a matchup that we liked a lot last night. Sanchez going against Edward Cabrera. Philly's minus 147 favorite. Over under at 7.5 runs. Um, I'll let you get started on this one.
Probably just gonna take the Phillies. Christopher Sanchez is pitching pretty well. His ERA is under 3 for the last 7 days. He's won the last 4 of his 5 games. Probably go with the Phillies, even though Cabrera, I think he's been pitching much better. I think his ERA was like 8 or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Look, yeah, he's not pitching deep in the games. He's always had control issues. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean he's pitched 3 innings and 4 innings in those last 2 starts, and so combine that together, 7 innings, pitched 5 earned runs. It's not the greatest. Um, but I mean, yeah, who are you picking in this one?
Phillies?
Phillies. Yeah, I mean I go Phillies too. I don't have a problem going back to the Phillies minus 1.5, but I'm not betting it. I will say so far I really don't like this slate today. Um, Outside
Mm-hmm.
of maybe Paul Skeens over on strikeouts, I like. Um, but we'll circle back at the end and we'll get one together. So moving on to this game, which is going to be difficult. Clay Holmes going to get Spencer Strider. New York Mets versus Atlanta Braves. Atlanta's a minus 132 favorite. Over under at 8.5 runs. Spencer Strider had a huge game his last game out. He went, where's his game log? Is it not showing? 6 innings, pitched 13 strikeouts. Um, so he had a huge game. So I'm no longer going to be fading him. Um, but this is a really hard game to pick. Clay Holmes, this guy came out of nowhere. He's had some decent. Actually, he's been pitching well, but I don't really. This one's giving me trouble because you've got Spencer Strider coming on, you've got Clay Holmes, solid pitcher, you've got two equally lineups, you've got the ball blowing out, you've got Atlanta minus 132. Even the over under is priced appropriately. I'm not betting anything in this game, but go ahead and give me an Atlanta and Spencer Strider over in strikeouts today, I guess. But I don't know. What about you?
I'm probably gonna go Atlanta also. Um, Spencer Strider has been a much better pitcher in the beginning of the year. Maybe because he was shaking off the rust from the injuries.
Mm,
Um, I gotta pick the Braves here. Full lineup. No one's injured from their main batting core. Gotta go to Atlanta.
all right.
Yep.
Moving on to a game, and I don't even know if I ever saw who won this game yesterday. Baltimore versus Tampa Bay. I'm assuming Tampa Bay won, but Charlie Morton versus Drew Rasmussen. Tampa Bay minus 139 favorite, over under at 8.5 runs. And yesterday the Orioles were up 8-0 and ended up losing this game. Crazy, crazy, crazy,
Yep.
crazy. And we were on the Tampa Bay side, and it came through. Um, but yeah, well, you see this game going any differently today?
Don't think so. I got the Jays today. Let me see more stats here. Sorry, I got Tampa Bay Rays.
You're picking Tampa
Yeah,
Bay.
Charlie's Morton is not having a good year at all. Yeah, that's why I choose the Rays.
Nice. Yeah, this poor Baltimore team, their pitching has imploded. The guys that were doing well last year aren't doing well this year. There's some positives and negatives on this team, but you're really seeing a regression of a lot of these guys. Laureano doing good for them. Um, Kauser's coming back from injury, but he's batting 190. You got Dylan Carlson in this lineup, but give me Cedric Mullins under hits, runs, RBIs. He's 0 for 14 against Drew Rasmussen, so I don't mind that. And give me Tampa Bay in this game again today. Um, yeah, as I look through this, there really is nothing that I'm that confident in betting today. But we have two games left. Maybe something will stick out. Colton Gordon versus Jacob Lopez, two lefty pitchers. Houston versus Athletics. Houston minus 130 favorite. Over under at 10.5 runs. What are you thinking in this one?
Uh, might go the Athletics here. That they have the value and oh, sorry, no, I mean I'm gonna go Astros here.
I was gonna say you're crazy. Although
Yeah,
this
I'm
money
going
line
Astros.
is a coin flip, which is crazy. Um,
Yeah.
I will say Jacob Wilson is picking it up. In his last two starts, he's pitched 2 innings and 14 strikeouts and given up 0 earned runs. So that's a little concerning. Um, Going on the Houston side, which might be why this money line. Neither one of these pitchers has faced each other, uh, anybody in either one of these lineups. So it's hard to say who's going to have an advantage in that standpoint. The over/under is at 10.5 runs, which is interesting because Jacob Lopez has been doing better, and Gordon has been doing okay. So I like the under on the runs today. I like the under on the runs. I feel like 10.5 is way too high. Um, Given the recent success of both these pitchers, I just don't know if we're gonna see 10 runs on the board. But if I had to make a pick, I'm gonna go ahead. You know what? I'm gonna go Athletics. I'm gonna go Athletics
You're
here.
gonna go Athletics?
I'm gonna go Athletics.
Okay.
Hey, Jacob Wilson hasn't had a earned run in his last 10 innings pitched, and this lineup is as good, if not better, than this Houston lineup, and it's in Oakland. Well, actually, it's not in Oakland. I don't know where the Athletics are playing this year. I know they're moving to Vegas, but all right. One last game left. Ryan Burgett versus Yamamoto. Dodgers are a minus 264 favorite, over under at 9 runs. And this was pretty simple for me. I'm picking the Dodgers. Uh, Yet again. I'm not touching the minus 1.5 against a pretty good San Diego lineup. There's just not a hell of a whole lot sticking out here. Um, Give me Manny Machado over hits, runs, RBIs today. From a Dodgers standpoint, This guy has not faced the Dodgers. Give me Otani to hit a home run. Give me Otani to hit a home run. But anything sticking out in this last game before we go through our parlays?
Just the Dodgers. Even though last game Yamamoto uh, against San Francisco, he gave up 6 hits, 5 earned runs. So it's a lot.
That is a lot. All right. Anything to add before we go through our
Nope.
no. And Price Picks does not let you pick unders on some of these, which is kind of weird. I don't know why they wouldn't let you do that. But looking at my, we'll start off with the home run parlay that was requested by Snot Rocket. I'm gonna go Otani. I'm gonna go Devers, and we need one more. And it's really hard to pick today because I just don't like what I'm seeing across the board. I'm gonna go to this Yankees Angels game because the wind's blowing out. And look over these stats again. Give me Chisholm. Chisholm. He's been on fire here lately. He has a home run against this pitcher, and he's been picking up his. So give me Chisholm. Give me Otani. And give me Devers. For my 3 money line picks, I'll let you start off because I'm not liking this today.
Uh, Parlay. I don't know, man. Maybe the Jays, Atlanta, -1.5, and the Phillies.
You're going Atlanta -1.5?
Wait, let me see something.
How many years?
Who's Spencer Strider, dude?
How, Spencer Strider, you're
Okay.
going to. Yeah, don't do
It's
minus
not good.
1.5 in that game. You're crazy. Spencer Strider had 6 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts in his last game. He might be picking it up. He's not that bad anymore. He used to be like one of the best pitchers in the league.
What about St. Louis? I
Yeah.
don't know. Oh, maybe Detroit.
Do
The
do
first
we?
game,
Yeah, Detroit the first game. You
Tariq
get
Skubal.
you could pick both Cardinals games. Cardinals win both games if you want to be super spicy.
I want a winner, not a super spicy.
Yeah, he asks how many units should I bet? You should bet as much as you can afford to lose. As much as you can afford to lose. But you got again Devers, Otani, and the home runs. We're gonna pair that with what's his face, Chisholm for the Yankees for your 3-pick home run parlay. I'm going to go for my 3-pick money line.
In the comments, they said I'm about to fall asleep. Yes, I'm really tired.
All right, we're almost done here. We're gonna go Freddie Peralta. Or sorry, not Freddie Peralta. I'm gonna go Milwaukee, San Francisco, and Pittsburgh in the Paul Skeens game. Um, Price picks. I like James Wood, Brendan Donovan, Shohei Otani. I like the under on Cedric Mullins, but I cannot bet it, so I'm not really sure what to do there. And I'll go ahead and take Chisholm over 1.5. Of course, they don't have that either. So we're gonna do a weird one today. We're gonna do James Wood, Brennan Donovan, Otani, all over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, and Chisholm to hit a home run. It's gonna get you 15.5x. Yeah, wake up over there, Asian man.
Mhm.
And we're gonna do the flex play. 9x gets you 1.5, so you can turn $20 into 180. That's all I got for you today. We're gonna let Frank go to sleep. We're going to hopefully hit some money, and we're gonna hopefully have some UFC picks tomorrow. You down for that?
Oh yeah.
Let's do
Yeah,
UFC
yeah.
tomorrow. I need to research.
Okay.
UFC requires a lot of research. All right. Well, good luck, everybody. Comment
All
if
right.
you
Good
win,
luck.
if we help you. Any tips. Peace.
All right. Bye.